What is most personal is most universal. Carl Rogers said that, and it explains why your most silent pain, the one you've never spoken out loud, is the same pain millions of people carry in secret. You carry a silent ache, a feeling like you're constantly behind a glass wall, looking out, but no one looking in. It's exhausting. You speak, but your words land like echoes in an empty hall. You reach for connection, but only grasp the outlines of it, like chasing shadows. There's a dark loneliness beneath this. Not the kind that comes from being physically alone, but from being emotionally unseen. The kind that leaves you wondering if you're just too much or not enough, when all you wanted was someone to meet you where you truly are. This isn't a failure of others alone. It's a fracture inside a system that forgot how to feel deeply with each other. Because social intelligence isn't taught, it's learned in the silent, tender spaces between people. And those spaces are shrinking. You've watched conversations become performances, relationships become transactions. You feel the weariness in small talk, the distance in familiar eyes. People are afraid to be vulnerable, afraid to look beneath the surface. So they settle for safe interactions that leave you hollow. But beneath every safe interaction, there's a cry for recognition. Not just to be noticed, but to be understood. To have your story, your fear, your loneliness mirrored back without judgment or fixing. That's what social intelligence is. The rare skill of holding someone's inner world so gently they can breathe again. Daniel Goleman captured this when he said, "Empathy and social skills are social intelligence, the interpersonal part of emotional intelligence. That's why they look alike." But here's what people don't realize. Empathy without social intelligence is like a flood without direction, overwhelming and destructive. You feel too much and drown in other people's pain without boundaries. You absorb it all and end up exhausted, disconnected from your own emotions. Social intelligence teaches you how to stay grounded in your own emotional center while navigating the storms of others. It's what lets you see the pain behind the mask without being consumed by it. It's what lets you respond with presence, not reaction. Most of us learned early on to hide our feelings to survive, to build walls, create scripts, perform roles. But those defenses, while protecting us, also taught others how not to see us. We grew up believing connection meant being liked or accepted. But true connection asks for something much deeper. It asks for truth. It asks for emotional bravery. Carl Rogers believed that unconditional positive regard, the ability to accept and understand another fully, was the foundation of healing and growth. But most people never experience this. Instead, they get conditional acceptance based on achievement, appearance, or silence. Social intelligence gives you the tools to break that cycle. It shows you how to be that rare person who offers acceptance without conditions, who sees the cracks and doesn't run away, who holds space without trying to fix, who listens not just to the words but to the silences, the pauses, the emotions hiding in between. This skill changes everything. It shifts relationships from fragile to resilient, from transactional to transformational, from loneliness to belonging. And it starts with your own awareness, learning to recognize your own emotional states, understanding your own triggers, naming your own pain without shame or fear. Only then can you truly meet others where they are, because you'll stop reacting from old wounds and start responding from a place of calm, presence, and compassion. The world needs more of that, because without social intelligence, we are isolated islands, close but disconnected. With it, we become bridges, deep, authentic, and unbreakable. Imagine a life where you walk into any room and feel the emotional undercurrent without being pulled under by it, where your words and silence both create safety, where your presence alone invites truth, where people don't just see your face but see you. That life is not a dream, it's possible. And it begins with one choice: to see yourself clearly enough to see others the same way. You carry this capacity inside you. It's buried beneath fear, doubt, and habit, but it's waiting, ready to rise. When you give yourself permission to cultivate social intelligence, you don't just change your relationships, you change your life. Because connection isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And when it's real, it heals the parts of you thought were broken forever. This is your path back to belonging. Not the belonging of crowds or surface-level approval, but belonging to the human family in all your messy, beautiful truth. And that belonging will transform every part of your world.